Alright, y'all, we better rewind. We better take it way back. It's that No Grape Gang, you know what I'm saying? Here we take a trip into the underground. Alright, what up guys, Mammoth 4runner here. I'm back with the 88. It has been about a year since the last walk around, so I want to give you guys an update because there's been a ton of changes. I'm going to kind of go down the list. For anyone that's new here, I'm still going to go through the list of things that I might have went over in the first one. Just for anyone who hasn't seen this or seen any of the walk arounds, your first time here, you can kind of see exactly what's going on. Right, so here she is. This is the 1988 Toyota 4runner, the original Mammoth 4runner. This is what started my page, started my passion, started everything as far as my off-roading addiction and building cool 4runners. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the wheels. Now, I did get new wheels, even though they look exactly the same. I just bought the same ones. These are US wheels Series 37. They're just chrome. They're going to be a 15-inch wheel, and I got it dressed with 35s. I believe in the first walk around, I was running 33s. So we did make the upgrade to 35 by 1250, and these are a 15-inch rim. This is my favorite wheel on the first gen. I did switch over to KMCs for a little while, and just decided, you know, I like that kind of old school look. So I actually just went back. I bought wheels and then went back to the US wheel just because of how clean it looks. It goes with the chrome, kind of the theme I got going with the truck. You will notice a lot more poke out of these. That's not because of the wheel. These, I believe, are a -12. I actually added some Trailgear wheel spacers. These are 1.5-inch wheel spacers. If I could go back, I'd do 1.25 because the poke is a little more than what I was expecting. But nonetheless, it looks really good. And, you know, I like that more aggressive stance. You see my 5th gen, long travel, it's wide. I like that aggressive look. So, as far as the wheel spacers, that was the only thing I was really going for was looks. So it's nothing really performance. It's actually made me rub on my front bumper a little bit, but you know, hey, what are you gonna do? Now, I know I went through this in the last one, but just for anyone who is a little late to the party on this, these are Allpro rock sliders. I got these a few years back, about 4 or 5 years ago, before I originally sold the vehicle, and they've been on ever since. I've had no issues with them. Love the style. I don't recommend this grip tape though, because you're gonna scratch your leg up every single time. All right, now moving along to the rear, I did get a new rear bumper. It's very similar to my last one. I don't believe the last one was Trailgear, but I could be wrong. The other one was previously bent. It was a hand-me-down. It was nice to finally upgrade this, give it a much cleaner look. Now, as far as the paint on here, I got this painted about 7 years ago. This is just a stage 1 paint. It has held up against the elements pretty well. You just got to clean these things a lot, especially these stage 1s. Couple chip marks. It's not perfect, but for the age, I think it's kind of held up. And to get this much use out of it and still looking this good, man. The front bumper here, I actually just got this. The chrome from my last one was just getting kind of old and showing its wear. And I'm talking about the metal part here and the front grille. This is just a eBay grill, nothing too special to it. Not the original OEM that I wish it was. Unfortunately, I did upgrade the headlights. These are Holley LED headlights. Basically, an upgraded version of the original OEM look. As you can see, they're nice and bright. They look clean. The corner lights, I did have another set of lights here that I really liked. They had a clear right here, and then they had the amber kind of poked out. It was a very unique light. Unfortunately, on my way to Havasu, it was so hot it melted the glue right off. So needless to say,
No, they were not OEM. They were Chinese made, and sometimes that's what you get for some cheaper parts, but they look good. I did replace them with some extra lights that I had. They're a little cracked. This one on this side is really cracked. They're not perfect, but you know, for right now they match with the chrome bumper, so I'm not really complaining. But they will probably be replaced here pretty soon. Moving on to my front emblem here, you can see it says Mammoth, so I gotta kind of just have everything Mammoth. Got my license plate frame here, which glows red when I turn it on, and that is going to be from Dab Custom Grills. They make a lot of cool stuff. They made my custom front grill for the 5th gen, and I said, hey, make me an emblem because I need one for the 88, and definitely adds that character that I was looking for. All right, now as far as the suspension on here, this is a Skyjacker lift kit. It's a 4-inch kit, and it has a drop bracket. And I did put new 4-inch blocks in the back to just kind of lower everything back down. If you remember in the previous walk around, I had leaf springs in the rear. Yes, before I had the height. Now with the 4-inch blocks, it gives me the drivability I want. This is more of a weekend cruiser, maybe once in a while out to like Havasu or up to Big Bear. No serious wheeling is going on with this. So I did retire it a few years back. Now, the exhaust on here is custom. Really nothing special about it. It does have a FLOWMASTER connected to it. It is a 10 series, so it definitely makes it louder. It just sounds more of like a louder lawnmower, if anything else. But hey, it's better than what it was. Better than a quiet lawnmower. Now, something I touched base in the previous walk around were my side lights here. I did upgrade these lights, so they are now diode dynamic C2s, and they are an amber color, super bright, and it gives me that 360 lighting that I'm looking for. And they are connected to my reverse, so every time I go into reverse, these things pop on. It used to be top lights too, but I took those off, and now I just have the diode dynamic lights. Now, the reason behind it is when I first got the truck, this whole part in here was all rusted out. And instead of just doing a full Bondo and everything on it, decided to add in some lights where those holes were. So I think it is more of a unique feature these days. I probably wouldn't do it unless I actually already cutting all that out. So, you know, it worked for what I needed it. All right, now the B pillars. Everyone always asks about these, and this is actually just a vinyl wrap. It's no special chrome or anything like that. It is a satin chrome, and I actually just got it because it matched with the previous KMC wheels that I had for the truck before I went back to the US wheel. Now, since it's chrome, it did still match, so I've left it. I may or may not replace it. I'm not really sure. But right now, I still like the look. It matches everything, so I'm not really complaining. The border here is going to be a satin black. These new badges here are from Bob Allgood on Facebook. I'll leave a link in the description. Check this guy out, but he makes these like nice OEM. It's hard to tell the difference between the original and these things. They're that nice plastic, and they got the edge. They're clean. He does great work. Definitely check him out. Now, another one that a lot of people can't really see, but from Brake Beat Goods, however you say it, these guys made a new weather stripping that goes inside the window here, and that was fun to put in. But now a lot of guys, including myself, I had that weather stripping that was hanging out right here and all old and crusty, so I was glad I was able to replace that, and as you can see, it works. All right, guys, so let's get into the meat and potatoes here. This is what most people are probably coming here to look at. The biggest modification that I've done to this truck that I wasn't expecting to do the first time around, that would be the all-new LC Engineering Street Stroker engine. Oh yeah, she's a beaut. But let's go ahead and start really quick with what's holding the hood up right now. Because if you notice, I did not put up. We have from Spiker Engineering hood struts. Definitely gives it that nice updated feel. It pops up. Damn, looks way better than having that bar there. Now, I don't know if anyone's going to notice, but I did paint the hood just to give it a nice cleaner look. This was really dirty. And with this brand spanking new, beautiful engine, you know, I had to make the whole thing look good. So we went ahead and colored all of it. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, why the hell didn't you paint the engine bay when you were doing the engine? And the truth is, I just really didn't think about it. Unfortunately, you know, sometimes you miss things, and that was a miss on my part. It wasn't something I thought about. I never really had to think about until I got the new engine. All right, so let's go ahead and check this thing out. Now, this is LCE Engineering's Street Stroker engine. Now, this is basically a souped up 22RE, and man, best decision I made with the truck. It drives beautifully. I go anywhere from 60 to 70 going uphill, no problem. And I'm told when I get re-geared, because I'm not re-geared yet, that it's going to perform 10 times better, which is hard to imagine because of how well it already performs. Now, you can see I got a little bit more going on than just the Street Stroker. Now, I did do their flywheel. So I have their flywheel. I got a new clutch. I have their header kit. I have their loom mount, and I have their upgraded spark plug wires. Now, the engine itself gets about 130 horsepower, and you can feel it. You can feel it uphill. You can feel it downhill. You can feel it driving. You can feel it thriving. You can feel it. You get what I mean. I did add their cool air intake also. So we have here, and I actually have a video of that on Instagram if you guys want to check it out. Because why not? Why not? You know? So the idea behind this, you know, reliability. I get a little bit more performance. I can't express enough how pleased I am with the experience so far. And I'm not saying that just because I'm with them all the time. I'm saying that because as a 4runner fan, as someone who has daily driven this thing for years, you know, to have something that is reliable and I don't have to think like, oh shit, you know, what's that noise? What's this? I know you all know it. It's just been, it's been a blessing. So very, very stoked I was able to pull off this upgrade, and I'm ready to give it another 30 years. So let's go ahead and get into the interior, and I'm going to start here with the interior door. This is all new since the last video. Got these from eBay, which is where I get most of my parts, either from eBay or Facebook. I'm always kind of keeping an eye out. So this is a new door panel. It is pretty clean for its age. You know, it's 35 years old, and you know, when I first got it, it had some kind of some darkness all right here, and you can still see it's kind of brown, but I cleaned it up, and you know, for what it is, it looks good. It did come with a couple tears, but you know, it's hard to find these parts. So when I saw this, I got it for, let's see, I believe like $300. So it was 150 a door panel. So not a bad price. I've seen them go as high as like 600, 800. So for what it was, you know, not too shabby. And while I'm over here, so I don't forget, the rear view mirrors, these are just from eBay. Nothing special. They're chrome. They go with the theme of the truck. So I have this wrapped in the same satin chrome that I do the B pillar over here. So just to keep everything matching. Now going into the interior, probably going to notice my cup holder. That's from Always Toyota. I'll leave a link in the description. This is such a cool little mod here. And, you know, we don't get cup holders in our trucks. So, you know, to have this thing is clutch. And it's, speaking of clutch, it goes, you know, right next to the shifter here. It goes underneath the plastic and it just bolts into the four bolts. So super easy install. Takes about 30 seconds to do, depending on how much you have to take apart. Now, another new addition is going to be my shifter bezel here. This is new. Another piece that I found on Facebook and was able to snag it up before anyone else did. It's in pretty good condition. The only parts that were broken were these by the holes that it goes in. They were just cracked, so I just have to be really careful as far as the installation, but it looks great, gives it that nice original look. Now coming into the armrest, this is going to be from an SR5 first gen 4runner. It was refurbished, so this is all new up here. It was cleaned up and painted, and it's in great condition. All the buttons here I replaced. Two out of three were perfectly fine, but you know, I had one that was messed up and I was able to replace that. You know, each of those buttons are like 40 bucks. Driver's side, you'll notice right off the bat my steering wheel. No, it's not original. This is a NRG removable steering wheel. Super easy, as you can tell. It just popped right off. And this was a security measure for me. I got this because I know a lot of people try to steal these trucks, so I just wanted to make it one step more difficult for them to actually get away with it. Now, as far as the carpet, I still haven't had a chance to redo it. I do have these just little cheapo plastic foot covers here in order to just protect what I do have, but I do eventually want to replace all the carpet. As you can see, I didn't get a chance to vacuum. Now, as far as the seats, they are not original to 4runner. I'm actually not sure what they come out of, but I know they're not original. Now, as far as the seat covers themselves, these are from Seat Covers Unlimited, and they have pretty much every seat cover for, I think, every single vehicle, but they are super clean and they fit really well. They don't move around like a lot of seat covers that you will get from like AutoZone or whatever. They give it a nice look. I chose the black and gray just to match the truck, kind of keep that gray theme going. I left off the head covers just because I kind of like it without the head covers. And when the top's off, it makes it a lot easier to maneuver around in here. The back seat came out just as clean. I love these seat covers. It gives a whole new look to the truck. Now, another modification that I did is a seatbelt plastic. I was able to come across these. They're like brand new. And, you know, it's the little things that make all the difference as far as these trucks. Now, something else I replaced, not really an upgrade, but is I did replace the steering box. Like I said, with the previous suspension, I was having all these issues with steering just because I think the truck was just sitting really high in the rear and kind of throwing off all the geometry of everything else, putting strain on other parts. And in the process, I noticed that my steering gearbox was already in pretty rough shape. It's seen better days. You can get them rebuilt. I decided to just get a whole brand new one. It was a super easy install, so highly recommend it. If you guys have a weak gearbox, get it. Yes, the AC works in here. It blows nice and cold. I actually just got some brand new Freon in it. I went on a trip up to LC, and on the way to Havasu, my AC went out. Luckily, it wasn't the compressor or anything major. It was actually just a fuse that is located behind this glove box. It's the AC fuse. Super simple fix. Thank God it was just a little 10 amp fuse, but needlessly, I did have to drive home in about 120-degree weather. So yes, the AC works in here and it works amazingly well. It is ice cold, and anyone here with an 88 or 85 or 86 or 87, whatever, and does not have an AC, I know your pain. I get it. It sucks. So always good to have the AC cranking. All right, now coming into the back, I did redo the carpet in here. So this is all fresh carpet. I forget the company off the top of my head. I'll leave a link in the description of what it is. I also repainted the interior pieces here in the back, along with getting new plastic clips here, which, fun fact, Toyota still sells these. So they were expensive. It was like 40 bucks for all 6 of these. But hey, they're nice and fresh. They look great. And now they match the back. The paint that I used for this, for the interior here, which I'm realizing I have a hole right here. Oh, son of a bitch. I wonder how that happened. See, even in this video, I'm finding, you know, you find things. Now, moving on, the plastic, I actually used a gray Steelit, and for the doors, I used a black Steelit. I love Steelit. It lays really well. It dries just nice and smooth. You can't tell that these were spray painted at all, in my opinion. They look good. I did get all new interior pieces here. They're all from an older 4runner, not original to this one. I did have to outsource these from Facebook Marketplace. I think Yoda Kid on Instagram. I'll leave the link. He always has parts. I'll leave a link in the description. He always has extra parts and sells parts for these trucks. Now you'll notice the tailgate here. This is from Trailgear. And you know what? Honestly, my last one was just, my stock one was just in rough condition. It's seen better days. And this thing looks super cool. I highly doubt I'll ever use it. I don't really need a cutting board back here because I don't go camping with it. But hey, you know, it looks fucking sick. So why not? Why not, you know? I do have my 212s in the back. This is just something that I've had in here for years, and it kind of gives it that classic kind of 90s vibe. And you know, y'all, if you know, you know. But this thing bumps like it's 2006, and you know, it's not going anywhere anytime soon, I'll tell you that much. I did put these Baja Squadrons up here, and those are for reverse lights. Also, you're fucking tailing me lights, because these things will blind the shit out of you. They are so bright. They're nice and yellow, and they will blind you. So if anyone's tailgating you because, you know, you're in a 22 RE 35-year-old truck that's moving super slow up the freeway, and they want to sit there and flash you or ride your ass, bam, you know, flick the switch and it blinds the shit out of them, especially with the top off. It's perfect. But if you actually roll down the window, it'll still do the job. Take my word for it. They do give me my nice reverse lights. I don't have to have them up on the top like I used to. I actually, a younger me, drilled through here and I just sealed it up with some sealant. But yeah, at one point I did have reverse lights up there. I got rid of those. And with those side lights, that perfect 360 reverse lighting that I'm looking for. Now, it's hard to tell, but I do have LCE's IFS Big Brake Kit on here. Now, these calipers are more of a larger style, usually found like on an 88 to 95 V6 pickup, and they are a huge improvement. But my stock calipers were honestly just going bad, and I decided while I'm at it, hey, why not do a nice upgrade? And the braking on this thing is so much better than what it was. It is night and day difference. I highly recommend this Big Brake Kit. Now, if you're curious about that kill switch, I went ahead and took it from its hiding spot, and here it is. I flicked this on, and you can't start the truck. So it is wired down to here. I do have a video showing how to wire it, so I will leave a link in the description for that. Now, for shits and giggles, yes, I do have rock lights on here. These are from Weston Automotive. They're just white. I have one under each wheel well, two under the middle, and two in the rear. All right, guys. So final thoughts. Thank you for taking this little tour of the 88 again. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Hopefully I was able to cover everything and all your questions. I'm going to be leaving a full build list in the description. It's something that a lot of people have asked me for a long time, and honestly, I just really haven't had the time to put it together. But I'm taking the time, and I'm going to get the build list in the description below. So make sure you check it out. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, you know, all the channels. So, you know, this truck means a lot to me. I regretted selling it, and I'm so glad I was able to buy it back and put all this extra work into it, because the build just wasn't done. My passion for it wasn't done. And I love this truck. A lot of people that I come by who've had these trucks, you know, they regret selling them. They don't realize what they have when they have it. So, you know, as far as where I'm at now, this truck has no plans to go anywhere. No, it is not for sale. Yes, I've got a lot of money into it, but it's worth every penny. The drivability is great. The new motor from LC is amazing. So I hope to kind of work on the suspension next. That would probably be my next project. I was considering going long travel on it. Not really sure as far as what route I'm going to take, unless keeping it stock or going long travel or something. We'll see where things take us, but thank you all for tuning in, and yeah, catch you on the next one.